Alright, 26th of August over here, and we've got this little diversion for today. This truck has hoops, and Jason's got some bits and pieces of a pair of hoops that were like an aftermarket prototype from somebody. They aren't quite right, so our job today is going to be to make these pieces and these kind of pieces look like a full-blown hoop. Unfortunately, we have one extra laying on the ground here as a pattern. So we're going to try to manufacture a pair of hoops here. Okay. Well, it's been determined that we're going to move this out of the way and work on the floor instead of the gravel. This hasn't been started in
30 years.
At least. Oh, it may not be started now. There's no key.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, shit.
We gotta go find the key. I think I might have found it here. Oh, we got two dimmer switches.
Long story. Don't worry about it. They both work.
It goes in, but it don't turn, so
Got the wrong key.
I might.
Okay.
Is it this one? I think this is the ASUS key, but I could be wrong.
That key doesn't look familiar to me.
Is it a regular VW key?
Should be. Should have machine original.
I mean, did it have all the nub and dubs?
At one point.
Did it have the design on it?
No, I had to have it made.
Okay, so it's a fairly new one.
Yes.
It should be this one then, I think. Maybe not.
Should look brand new. Should have no markings on it.
Alright. Cut. Alrighty then. This will be about take 5. We decided we're going to move this out of our way and work on the floor. If you can find the key, and when all else fails, just look in your pocket. It's been more than a couple months since this started, so we will have to see. We got an idiot light, that's good.
We're running as long as there's fuel in it.
Sin gasolina.
Not a... Hell no. Hell, Rich. Wrong way.
Yeah. Back all the way out over those hoops?
I already took them.
Oh. Well, that far enough.
That should work.
And just for giggles, we'll let it warm up. Looks like a far better working environment, so let's get a plan of attack here and then I'll explain it to you. Some decisions have been made. The end of this one here that we're going to work with on this end is tweaked outward a bit. And the legs that came with it are longer, so the part that we would need to adjust, this last little bit, we can just cut right off of there and weld our leg to what's left. The original ones come with a factory weld up here about where his hand is on the corner.
Right here. Next to the last hole.
Yeah, on the corner, but we're not going to be able to reproduce that particular weld, unless we just run a bead there and make it look like it was welded there. But we'll go ahead and cut this piece off that needs a little extra bending, be able to weld this leg on. The other side over here is bent correctly, so we'll just go ahead and decide where we're gonna cut it when we get there. And that'll take care of the first tooth. This one is the one that goes up against the cab, being that it has these ears on it. And we're going to go ahead and do that. These hoops will end up slightly narrower than the factory, just because that's the way it's all bent. And we'd have to distort the top shape in order to widen it out. We don't want to do that.
You could, but we're not.
But we're talking
Minuscule.
between 1/8 and 1/4 inch narrower, so it's not going to matter at all.
Visible to the naked eye.
And that's the decision. We're going to cut this thing off here and weld it up and see where we go from there. Right, Jason?
Yep.
Okay.
I need to lose the vice grip. That one looks good.
Okay. We're calling them, calling the first one done.
Some grinding.
Some grinding to do on the welds and some paint and whatnot, but
Drill the holes one side of the cap.
it pretty much looks
Pretty good.
very similar, not quite identical. But it's going to work out. Jason's pleased with it.
See.
So we're going to go ahead and go with that on that one. The next one, the top bow that came with this set, is a little more like a pretzel and going to take a little more finagling fabrication. So we're going to go at that one, and yeah.
Thank you for watching and your continued support.
And we're not quite there yet.
To donate, call.
Okay, the preliminary assessment here. We got the top one, you can see, is curved way too far in on both ends. It's not even close. However, in the center with the edges lined up, its entire curvature on the top is too tight. So we got to flatten that out just a little bit, which in fact will bring these ends a little bit closer to where they got to be. Those tight bends there are going to be real hard to straighten out. Fortunately, the legs are too long, so we'll be able to cut quite a bit of that bad stuff out of there and get closer to where it's a little more in line. Did you feel it move?
Flex.
No move?
Yeah, I think it's a little too high.
Yeah, knee in the middle. There you go. Okay, I think that moved. Let's take a look at how we did here. First bending. Okay, the first bending there you saw Jason doing, and we've got the correct arc now in the top. We still have quite a bit of it way off here after the corner.
That's easy, we'll cut.
And we'll see if we have enough length. Go ahead and lay this down and see if we have enough length.
No, we have the length.
Do you? Alright, here's what we're looking at doing. The leg is that much too long that came with it. And once we get it fit, if we cut our hoop here square with the surface here, and then weld the leg on, we'll be able to tweak it back exactly how much we need to do.
Boom, done.
So we'll go ahead and cut that off and get it welded on and see what we can do.
Indeed. One pair of throwaway hoops.
They were throwaways, and now what are they?
Going on a single cab.
They're gold, right?
Gold.
Gold.
To be seen in person at buses by the bridge.
There you go. Jason says next January he plans on driving the lowered single cab there.
Indeed.
So for the 25th, I think we decided. Thanks for watching.